All right, I had a friend of mine who called who said that their furnace was not kicking on, making heat. It's a gas furnace. I want to try to show you a few quick things to look for if a gas furnace is not operating. The first thing, obviously, you need to have is a thermostat that's working properly. For this furnace, the thermostat is calling to make heat. The first step that happens on a gas furnace, I'm gonna turn the little power switch on here. First thing happens is this combustion fan kicks on. It'll suck any gas that's in the furnace up, out this pipe, and out the flue. There's a pressure switch here that once it senses the suction of this fan will tell the circuit board that it's ready to go to the next step. The next step is going to be for the igniter to come on. We'll hear a click here in a second. Right now I just heard it. So our igniter should be on now. I can see up in here, and I'll show you here in a second, that it's not glowing red like it should. But the furnace doesn't know this yet. The next step is going to be for the gas to come on. You'll hear a whistle. A whistle when the gas comes on, which it should happen here in just a few seconds. There's the gas. Hear the gas running. And the gas just kicked back off because we don't have an igniter. We have another part in here that's a flame sensor, which is over on this side, which is a little rod. If it doesn't sense the heat or the flame on, then it tells the gas to shut back off, which is what just happened. Again, this will cycle again and try to do it one more time or a few more times, depending on the type of furnace it is. So again, our igniter is trying to ignite. You can see up here, there's power to the igniter. The gas will close again, or try to come on again. Here's our gas valve. Gas valve opened up. Igniter went out. But again, because it didn't ignite the gas valve closed again. So the igniter is up in here. It's hard to see. We've got two wires that feed it. It's 120 volts. And over on this side is the flame sensor, which it's a little rod that goes up in there. So I'm going to take the igniter out now. All right. There's a little quick disconnect plug here that it unplugs with. I'll take this out now. And this piece here is the igniter. It's really just like a toaster element would be. So it's just a 2-wire in 120 volts, and it just glows red like your toaster element or a stove element would. And that's what ignites the gas. All right, so we've seen that this did not glow as it should. I've got a new one here. This one here, and I'm just going to kind of lay it up here like this. I'm going to show you what it'll do because it won't show up. I'm going to turn the gas valve off because we don't need that on to do this. All right, the circuit just closed for the igniter. I can feel the heat coming on it. You'll see it glow red here in a second. There it goes. So again, that's what happens I'm gonna shut this off so we can talk here. So again, just like a toaster element. So that sticks, it kind of hangs up here. Up here where our manifold, our gas is. And I'm gonna put the new igniter back in now. Well, here's a lesson that I didn't intend to teach. While trying to put the new igniter in the bracket that it came with, I dropped it. And I'm just sitting here working on my knees. So I only dropped it a foot, maybe 2 feet tops. And the igniter shattered on the ground into pieces. So, looks like we'll have to continue this video tomorrow. All right, so this is day 2 of this job. As I said yesterday, I dropped this this igniter and bought another one. Came today. I'll try to show you here. Here we go. $25 part, not too bad. So this is where yesterday everything went wrong. Was I was putting it in this little bracket that it comes with, and when I did this, I slipped and dropped it. And again, I'm only working maybe a foot off the ground here. I'm on my knees. And when I went to tighten it, I slipped, dropped it. It fell, hit the ground, and shattered immediately. So, needless to say, I'm making a good grip today. And this slips up here. Well, it looks like this is just a little bit wider than the old one. Which compared to the old one, it's just a tiny bit, the bracket. So it looks like we'll have to do a little adjustment. All right, so I finally got the igniter in. What I ended up having to do is the old bracket, or the new bracket that came with the new igniter was too large to fit in the furnace. So I reused the old bracket, which meant that I had to cut. This is the one that I broke the other day. I had to end up cutting the wires to do that. This igniter, it came with wire nuts, high temperature wire nuts in a bag, so it was made to do this. This is a high temperature wire nut. It's really just a piece of porcelain or glass or something. It's not a plastic wire nut. A plastic wire nut would melt in here, so you have to use one that's made for a hot environment. Much like the insulation that's on these wires. It's fiberglass insulation type. All right, so we're back in business, looks like. Everything went together good. That snapped together good. So what we're gonna, before we didn't have the igniter, it never glowed red, so it wouldn't come on. So we're gonna open the gas valve. I'm gonna turn the power switch on. Here comes our combustion fan. The next step is for our igniter to get power. So we got power. So our igniter should start glowing in there. Alright, I see it glowing. See the glow in there. So our next step will be the gas will come on. This time the gas will stay on, so now that's a little better view of the fire inside of there. So you can see our fire happening. The next step, once the furnace gets hot enough inside of here, it'll kick the blower motor on, which I think I just heard it start up. Yep. There's our blower motor coming on. I'm gonna furnace is working like it should. I got a helper with me today, my helper Silas. So I got a helper in training here, trying to kind of teach him how this stuff works. How old are you, buddy?
10.
10 years old. He's been helping me for a long time, probably at least a few years. All right, that's all for this one. My helper said he had an idea here of what to do with this fire that's inside there. What'd you say we should do?
Said it's a good spot to roast a marshmallow.
A good spot to roast a marshmallow. I guess it'd work. All right, say see you next time.
Bye. See you next time.